Hello everyone, I am Ritesh and in this video I will walk you through Finance Manager. So we have recently released the new version of Finance Manager with a lot of new features. We have added a lot of new pages and additional charts has been added too. So you can see a bunch of new pages here. So those are the new pages that we have added in this new version. We also added the yearly report. Earlier we used to have the monthly reports only. Now we also have a yearly report, and I'll walk you through the new features later on. So first, let me tell you, you can request Finance Manager in any currencies. Like let me show you the welcome page. So this is the welcome page of Finance Manager, the standard version of Finance Manager. So we have other currencies page, you can see, and these are the currencies which are currently available, which are already have been created. And if you don't see your currency, you can obviously request here with your email and currency, and will send you Finance Manager in the requested currency to your email. Another thing to note is that the other currency space, like we have all currencies including the USD version, which is also available here. So this the one, the main one, you can see it has a lot of fake data. So this helps you to understand like how Finance Manager works, and you can try things, test things here if you want. And in the other currencies page, none of the templates here have any kind of fake data. So this helps you easily get started. You don't have to delete any of the data anymore. And let's look at all the pages. So another thing to note is that we also have a plus variant of Finance Manager. So the plus variant allows you to integrate Finance Manager with Finta. So Finta, we are not affiliated with Finta. They are just it's an amazing platform. So we have made the plus variant such that you can integrate easily with Finta, and you can easily sync all your bank transaction with Finance Manager. So basically all the transactions, all the incomes and expenses, the expenses will be categorized. So the new categories will be automatically created and the expenses will be categorized, and obviously you can do track your budget based on the category. So you can do completely automate all your transactions in the plus variant. That will require a additional subscription of Finta though. Now let's look over to all the pages that Finance Manager offers. So the only difference between Finance Manager standard variant and the plus variant is that the plus variant will allow you to automatically sync all the transactions. Although there is a benefit, like all the names and everything won't be as neat as with a manual input obviously. So that there is a difference, but overall, like if you have a lot of transactions happening and you would like all the transactions to be completely synced on its own, you can look over to the plus variant. So let's look into the pages. So this is the home page, and we have an income chart, a expense chart, and also an investment chart. So you can see by month how much income you had, your expenses and investments. You also have some quick action buttons, so you can easily add an income, expense, transfer, or a new account or a category here. Obviously there are a lot more buttons inside each of these pages. So let's say you want to add a new subscription, we can go over to the subscriptions page and do that. Now also have this expense chart. So this will show you for how the expense, how much expense you did for the current month, and also you have last month as well. Now going down, we have your monthly report. You can see this will by default show the current month. So I'm recording in June 2025, so you can see the June 2025 report is there, and you can see all your expenses based on category. These are not individual expenses, these are expenses based on the category. And we also have the total expense and the comparison from the last month. You can see it's 66% less, so it's showing in green. Similarly, we have the incomes. You can see again income based on the category, and you can see the total income and the comparison from the previous month. So it's 53% higher than the previous month, so it's showing in green. Similarly, we have the cash flow compared to the previous month. So it's $10,000, which is 800% higher. So it's the fake data again, so anything is there. Now we also have the accounts database where you can see all your balance for each of your bank account. Next you have the incomes, and you also have the expenses here. So this shows all the recent expenses, and you can see by grouped by day, month or year also. Similarly, the views are there for the incomes as well. Now you also have a yearly report. Here you can see that this is the new feature that we have added in the version 2 of Finance Manager. So you can see for every month you can see how much the net income was, the net expense, and this is the one in gray is the cash flow. So the one in green is income, the one in red is expense, and this one is cash flow. So you can see all these values for each of the month for the current year, and you have the total income and total expense. Now you can obviously have access to all the previous monthly reports in the reports page. Same goes for the yearly report as well. Both monthly report and yearly reports are all present in the reports page. In the home page you can see only the report for the current period. So in the yearly report, again you have the net income, net expense, and compared from the the previous year, and you also have the cash flow. Now going down, we also have the investment report. So this is for the investment tracker. We have you can see the investment performance for the current month. Again, similarly, how much the purchase and the current value, the difference, and we also have the net value. Then we have the debt tracker. So the debt tracker and lending tracker is there's a lot more things going on, but just to keep this clean, we have you can see only the debt and the balance that's left. To get more details, again you have a separate page for that. Similarly, for the lendings that we have added in this new version, you can see lendings towards your relatives and friends here. So you can see how much left to yet to be paid, and again more details is present inside. As you can see, we also have a much better savings tracker, and there's a lot more new things you can see. If you were to just open, you can see how much you can set a target date for a particular savings, and you can see how is the progress for the saving, and how much you need to save every day, every week, or every month to be able to reach the target date. So again, this is I think the date is already gone, so it's a negative. But let's see, if I had to look out for the house, you can clearly see how much you need to save every day to be able to afford a house over this much by this date. Now let's look over to all the pages. Let's first look into the budget tracker as well. So you have all these budget based on expense category. You can set a budget here, monthly budget here, and you can see how much expense that you have made this month and the percentage. Here you can see all the expenses. This one is again based on the category. You can see how much all the expenses in this category, and the subscription in this category as well. You can also see expense volume for this category by month, by day, by month, and by year as well. And now let's look over to the other pages. So let's move to the accounts page. As you can see, we have a lot more new stats that has been added. So let's look over into it one by one. First here we have income by account. So this is how much money you have totally made in a month, and you can see it's grouped by account. So the green one is the savings account, then you have this Summit equity fund here. So you can see it's grouped by account. And similarly we have a yearly one, and similarly we have for the expenses as well, again grouped by category, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Now we have the total balance, that is $54,000 we have here, and you can see how much each of your account represents. You also have the investment volume, monthly investment you have made by month, and you can see how again grouped by account. Then we have transfer in and transfer out. So as you know, this is the standard version, so the balance is calculated based on the transactions, but again you probably won't be adding all the transactions. So we have this initial amount value that will add on top of the balance the transactions to get a more accurate balance. So this is adding the initial amount and all the transactions, so incomes and expenses, transfers and everything. And you have the balance here. And then you also in case of the plus version though, in case of the plus version, these values will be synced from the bank accounts. It won't be calculated based on the transactions. So this there is no initial amount property. Then we have the transfers, so we can see all the recent transfers and transfers grouped by account. So basically these are obviously bank transfers, transfer between accounts. Alright, so now let's move to the next page. Now let's look over to the transaction page. So this is basically incomes and expenses in one page. You can see all your incomes by, again similarly to the home page, and a chart grouped by category for monthly and yearly both. Similarly for the expenses as well, and you also have the budget tracker here. It's a very simple page. Let's move to the next one. Now we also have the subscription tracker here. There's a lot more things going on in the subscription tracker now. Let me show you all the stats. So this is the total monthly cost. So all these are, $64 per month is the total cost of all the monthly subscriptions. Then we have the total cost of all the yearly subscriptions and the total cost of all the subscriptions. So we are multiplying it with 12 to find out the cost of all the subscriptions, the monthly subscriptions by year. So the total cost is $1,200. You can see the same thing here as well. The total number of subscriptions here, the cost of monthly subscription by year. So this is how much it costs for the monthly subscriptions, and the yearly subscriptions, again yearly cost obviously, and you have the total cost including both of these, $1,200 that is. And it also shows you the subscription that you yet to be renewed. This one is on June 25, and you can see you can obviously click on this to open that particular subscription. Coming back, we have the renewal timeline as well. So you can see the next renewal timeline. So XBLO is yet to be renewed on July 5, and similarly for all the subscriptions you have here. And you also have a lot of views for the subscriptions. So in this view you can see all your active subscriptions, all the cancelled ones, all the subscriptions that are monthly, the annual ones, and subscriptions grouped by account, grouped by category, and the subscriptions that are to be renewed this week, and subscription that will be renewed next week, and all the subscriptions here. So that's a lot of views. And here you can click on this pay button. So this will obviously set the last renewal to the date when you paid, the date, the next renewal date, and it will also add a expense to the expense to the transaction database with the account that you have selected and the category you have selected. So you can see you can select a account here. So when you click on pay, and let's select this. So when you click on pay, it will set these values in the expense page. Now let's move to the next page. So we also have a new credit cards page. So now you can mark expenses made through credit card, and credit card are separate from accounts database, and you can obviously pay your credit card bill through an account. So credit card is a completely different database from the accounts database, and you can see a lot of stats for your credit cards. You can see the expenses here, the card payments here, the limit per credit card, and the utilization that you are doing. And you also have the total balance of the credit card and the total available, and you can see it's grouped by the particular credit card, so you can see how much each of the credit card represents. And you also have all the credit cards here. You can see the bank and security set them as well. You can mark them as paid, and you can see that set the due date. You have the goal. You can pay the credit card bill here itself, so it will add a new expense to the expense database, simply put. You also can see all the stats here yourself, and you can see the credit cards that are due this week based on this date. So that's all for the credit cards. Now let's move to the next page. So you also have an investment tracker, and the buttons required for the investment tracker are all present in this page section, and the market value for all your investments by month, you can see that here. And you also can see a monthly report for your investment. You can see the performance for that particular month through these reports. And you have your investment assets here. You can see you can add all your stocks or even properties here, and set the market value, the current market value here in the market value updates. And you can add all your new investments or existing investments here in this section, new investment section. You can select the asset that you are investing, the amount you have invested, and the date and the account through which you are paying the value. And again, you have all the market value updates here grouped by month, so you can update the value of all the assets here by month. If you want to change that. So that's all for the investment tracker. Now let's move to the I think the wealth tracker is here. So wealth tracker is simply put, you can add all your assets, the value, and you can update the value through the logs. So you can add the latest value in this section, and you can see your total wealth and grouped by the asset, and you can see the value by month as well. So it's a simple wealth tracker here. Now let's move to the debt tracker. So I have a much better debt tracker now. You can see all your debts by month, by year, how much payment you are doing for the debts basically. And you also have the total balance that yet to be paid and the amount you have already paid grouped by the particular date. And you can pay your debts here in this debt payment section. And you have this is grouped by debt. You can also group by month as well. And you have all your debts in this section. You can add a new debt with this button. This is the value of the debt, the amount you have paid, the balance that's left, and the progress. And you can click on this to pay a debt. It will again add a expense page. It will select the debt and the date as well, debt and debt as well, both of them, and it will open up in a Centripeak. So that's for the debt tracker. And similarly, we have a lending tracker. It's very similar to the debt tracker. So here's the lending tracker. You can see you have all your transactions volume that you are doing. You have the states, the total amount that you have given, and how much left to be paid to you back. So you have all your lendings, the person who borrowed, the amount they have been paid so far, and the amount that's left. And you can add a land amount that will be considered as an expense, and the amount that you receive that will be taken into the income database. That's what you can see here. So expense is basically giving the additional amount, and the amount that is returning back will be added as an income. So you can see that all here. Now let's move to the next page, that is I think the savings tracker. So we have that here. Savings tracker, you can see all your saving goals for vacations, needs, and all kind of things. You can group them by category like that. You can set a target date when you want to be able to save the amount, the goal. You can see how much you've saved, how much you to be required, how much the progress, and you can see how much you need to save every day to reach in that target date. You also have a board layout grouped by category and in the total amount that is required for all the savings to be met. So that's all you can see here. Next we have the reports page. So here's the reports page. You can see all the reports for all the months. You can see the expense at the top and the incomes at the bottom, and you have all your yearly reports here. So this is all you can all the pages that are present in Finance Manager. The link to the template is present in the description of this video. Thanks for watching.